For Eric Anderson, the creation of a dish often starts with a single spark of an idea.
I just wanted to have a menu staple featuring crab. I love Dungeness crab, and that was kind of how the ball got rolling.
Sometimes the spark catches immediately. Others, it sits smoldering until suddenly the idea ignites.
But we just get in here and agitate the heck out of the rice.
I didn't realize it'd be the signature dish necessarily, what it's come into, but we wanted something that could be any season. It didn't necessarily have a highlight moment.
Born outside of Chicago, trained at top restaurants in Portland, then Seattle, Eric is the chef owner of Samara in Sunset Hill.
This is a sophisticated but casual restaurant serving organic vegetables and organic wines, sustainable seafood, and heritage breed animals from the Northwest area.
The restaurant does have an electric oven and a couple burners, but during service, all of the cooking is done using wood fire.
I enjoy the live fire aspect of it, just everything about it. I like building the fire, I like watching it burn, I like the way it smells.
The focus on fire and insistence on using hyper-local ingredients provide the guardrails for a dish, the constraints for creation. From there, Eric and his team put it together like a puzzle.
All right, so we smashed all the shells up, bunch of brandy, fill some water. We try to find the main ingredient and then figure out how we want to feature that with the other seasonal things. Some of these dishes, we'll try 2 versions each season typically, and then it'll take 2 or 3 years for the dish. We won't even put some of them on. We'll think of things and we'll work and work and work at it, but it doesn't make the cut for whatever reason, and then several years later we'll revisit it, and then the magic finally shows up.
That magic apparent in a dish that may be Samara's signature. The menu explains it simply: buttered Dungeness crab, charred rice cake, tarragon. A description that belies the thought that goes in to each component.
So we have clean Dungeness crab meat warmed in a giant pool of butter. We make a seasoned rice cake and we char it on the grill, and then we pile the crab on top. We make a puree of tarragon and parsley, and then the real magic is the crab reduction. We build a crab sauce and reduce it to like would be a demi or a double demi state, and we just have a few little drops of that, so that bumps the crabbiness kind of way up for it.
Each part of the dish adds flavor, adds texture, adds color. Individual components that together form an ideal bite.
Well, the rice cake's gonna be just like a little bit crunchy, and you'll have a good smoke flavor, but light smoke flavor, and then you just have all the richness of the crab, and then that crab stock adds like a little bit of saltiness to it, and the tarragon keeps everything from being too rich and heavy. So it feels comforting, and it also feels light, but it's filling.
This dish tells a story on its own, but it's also a chapter in a larger story, one Eric and his team are sharing each day through the menu here at Samara.
I hope that we're telling kind of my version of living in the Northwest. My experiences at the other restaurants and the chefs that I've learned from, and the way that I see things now, and the way I'd like to present the bounty of the Northwest.
For Seattle Refined, I'm Brandon Bernstead.